This week in the Woodshop, we have Duke's golden boy, Justin Guterding. This has been a very interesting year for Justin Guterding, especially for me, since he's currently playing for the NLL Wings, which is my hometown team. These are going to be the fanciest shoes that ever got put onto my car, of course. Hey Joe, can we get a shot of these Yeezys? What was the biggest transition issue in the NLL, PLL, box to field kind of thing?
Just playing field for my entire life, pretty much.
Yeah.
Learning the rules, learning just kind of just the physicality and not really being like shying away from it.
Yeah. Oh, you mean because like if you were to run headstrong at all the philosophy in field, you're actually taking away advantages.
Exactly.
You're like, well, you're just being a hothead. You're not being opportunistic. Whereas in this game, you have to live with it.
Right. Exactly.
How do you train for something like that? You just go out and just play.
Yeah, you kind of just gotta expect it. I don't really know if there's a training to getting beat up.
There is. It's called getting beat up.
Yeah, exactly. Just going out on the street and getting beat up.
You might as well just run around with a smart mouth about it. At least you could say some entertaining things while you get trained.
Yeah, I gotta work on my chirps.
So it's all about making sure that the steam like has a path. It's not all coming out the top, right? Because it has this release point here, here, and here. So the thermodynamics are such that it moves the heat all around it. And you can see I have spacing.
Right.
Yeah, because if they were to touch each other, then the heat's not getting conducted through the sticks.
Okay.
So as long as you put, maybe a ½ inch of space, you can kind of shove, I can probably put 40 of these in here. So the way this is going to work is when you get it out, it'll be pretty flexible. But what we're going to use this for is this is going to support the outer layer, and then as we spin it around, you can see this grain line, right? Mm-hmm. Like look at the areas between the grain lines.
Right.
That's actually a piece of material called Langton. It's basically like the wood glue that
you
holds
guys put
everything
that
together.
In there or no?
No, that's like the natural wood glue,
okay.
Yeah. So basically this is all just a bunch of fibers held together with that goo. Cool. So when you heat it, you melt the goo.
How long do you have to keep that in the actual...
I like to keep these in the jig for upwards of 2 months.
Okay.
Or else they're going to start to bend back whenever the customer has it.
Right.
I think that might be overkill.
Okay.
But I have the time.
Right.
And then it was time for Justin to learn some stringing with Rich Snell.
So you played your first game. You were still getting used to, I guess, the transition. And
right.
So you said you were on the practice squad for a while?
First, I think 7 games I was on the practice squad, and then I got activated. We made a pretty big trade, which allowed me to get in the lineup.
Yeah, I've been waiting for that for a while. So good job, Wings. Thank you for finally getting my man on the floor. And now you're making the move to the PLL.
I am. And, pretty exciting time to be in lacrosse for sure.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
Yep.
The sport is booming, and luckily we're in another hotbed. Philadelphia, the new hotbed. That's what I'm hearing. I'm spreading that rumor. I'm spreading the rumor.
Like blue.
Yeah, right. I think honestly, and as ridiculous as it's gonna sound, I feel like back when I was getting into it, and you're falling in love with your teams. I swear, I think it was the Duke's uniform, man. That clean blue and white.
It's that royal blue.
Man, and you know what? Actually, that was the question I was gonna ask. So we're doing a Duke stick and we're doing a PLL stick. What's your favorite uniform you've ever worn? I mean, you got the Yeezys on, so I'm assuming you know a little bit about the fashion.
I know a little bit, not
too
much. I learned it from my boy Kyle.
Yo, it's funny. When Kyle came to shoot, I was like, I need to make sure my shoe game is on because I've heard he will roast you.
Oh yeah.
Kyle is serious about his footwear.
But yeah, I think my favorite uniform would be the blue helmet, white jersey, blue shorts. And
that's
obviously white cleats. And if you run it into black cleats, then you're in some trouble.
Justin, as well as all the other STX athletes, will be playing in the PLL. I'm really excited to see how he evolves in the NLL and grows as a box player. But either way, it should be one heck of a career to follow.